And we welcome you back. Lineups just being introduced to the fans here at Bank of America Arena. They are on fire as the number 6 Gonzaga Bulldogs take on the 18th ranked and hometown Washington Huskies. Let's take a look at the lineups. First of all, for the Bulldogs from Spokane, they will start with Sean Mallon, Adam Morrison, J.B.P. Batista, Pierre-Marie Altidore Cespedes. It fills the screen, doesn't it? And Derek Ravi name in just a moment. Mark Few, the head coach here, has just done a brilliant job in the time that he's been here. One of the fastest coaches ever to reach 100 wins, 163 up and just 38 down. And also one of the good guys in college coaching.
One of the real good guys, and you can't say enough about the job Mark Few's done at Gonzaga. And really likes this team and thinks this could be a very special club coming down the stretch this year.
And if you say that about Mark Few, you also have to say it about Lorenzo Romar. He has turned the program here, and he's made this an important show. Brandon Roy with the freshman, Bobby Jones, Jamal Williams, who plays bigger than he's 6'6", and another freshman, John Brockman. And Lo Romar, again, these are two guys that, even though it's not our job to have any kind of a rooting interest, you can't help but root for because they're good coaches, good guys, run clean programs, get great kids, everything that college basketball should be.
Well, Lorenzo, look at this atmosphere. Wasn't like this 4 or 5 years ago, but reinvigorated Washington, and he has really done a beautiful job, and they're ready to go.
Well, you see Washington with right now the most wins at home in America, and guess who's second? The Gonzaga Bulldogs with 27 straight. Last team to beat the Washington Huskies here, the UCLA Bruins. They did it back on January 10th, 2004, and the Zags come in here confident that they can break that streak. (28-13). What? Zags have won the last 7. Now, if you wonder how that happened, and Washington has this winning streak here, a couple of the games were played at Key Arena, which is a neutral site. Cespedes, guarded by the freshman. Now Morrison, Roy starts on him. Over the top, Batista can't find the handle, out of bounds to the Huskies.
Good help that time by Washington, a little high to low. And a great job by the Huskies to drop down the loose ball out of bounds, and it'll go their way. I still think this is going to be an up-and-down game. This game, I'll be surprised if this thing doesn't get into the high 80s or low 90s.
Yeah, both these teams like to push the ball. Turnaround, Williams. Told you he plays bigger than 6'6".
Better be ready once you score, because Gonzaga has a great way of getting the ball down the floor quickly, man-to-man.
Guarded closely by Brandon Roy. Now Raviol. Cespedes. And a nice job to control the rebound by Batista, and the turnaround is good.
Yeah, Batista definitely plays bigger than 6'6", 6'7". Great hands, nice composure, a finisher inside, and a great free throw shooter.
Brandon Roy, guarded by the smaller Cespedes, gets into the paint. Cespedes. Watch Batista.
Well, one of the key elements is this game. Can the Huskies get it off the glass? And you see Batista there doing a nice job and finishing it up and tapping the ball to himself. And that's what he does. And he's a guy you got to get a body on, screen him out, keep him away from the glass.
Both teams, these teams shooting free throws very well. Gonzaga shooting them exceptionally.
Gonzaga shooting it at 86%.
As a team.
As a team.
Not bad.
Got a reasonable shot of leading the country if they could keep that up.
I'll say.
Normally your leader in the nation shoots it at about 77, 78%. They're shooting 86 as a team.
Raviol being guarded by Bobby Jones. I want to tell you about Raviol's name. When he was a freshman, he was Raviol. Last year as a sophomore, he was Rivio. This year, in the pronunciation guide and the press guide, it says Rivio. So we went to the source.
We asked him.
And he said,
Ravio.
Thank you.
Well, so when his dad played at Portland years and years ago, it was always Rick Ravio.
Well, so
and I said, I don't know. He said, I don't know. Okay.
Well, anyway, he told us Ravio, and that's what we're going with, by God. Bobby Jones spin move, or rather Williams.
Williams, a great back to the basket. And here's another guy. How big is Williams? He's maybe 6'6" if you're pushing it a little bit, but outstanding at the low block.
This is Morrison, comes behind a double screen, gets a good look, missed the shot. Batista keeps the rebound of Huskies. Watch Williams again. They list him at 6'6". I doubt he's 6'6".
Yeah, and here's a guy that faces up and it just makes a brilliant move inside. And the other thing is he's very strong, so you can bump him, and it's not going to bother him a whole lot. Zags go to his own.
Well, they did that a couple of years ago against this Huskies team.
And here's your key guy right here, if they can get it to him, is Brandon. Oh, beautiful. How do you like it, Barry? A little high to low. How about Brockman? Let's go ahead and finish it with a little spinner.
The freshman in the crowd here, he's really become a fan favorite. Real hustle guys on the floor for every loose ball. Gonna get a foul this time, reaching in. I think they got Jones.
All right, here's the last move. How about the spacing and the interior passing? Critical to keep vision. And look at that little high to low dump. And that's exactly what Brockman does. You know, this guy does not play like a first-year guy.
Well, we talked Batista easy down low. Makes it an 8-4 game. We talked to Lo Romar about Brockman, and he was absolutely effusive. I mean, he said this is a kid, hardest worker on the team. It looks like he doesn't even have a scholarship as Williams knocks down another one. It's like he's playing for a scholarship, like walk-ons.
Well, you know what? He's got a scholarship.
Yeah,
don't worry about that.
Says he's on the floor going after every loose ball, even in practice. There's a look at Lo Romar. Always one of the well-dressed guys.
Well, we talked at length about how do you stop Adam Morrison, and he said, well, here's the key with Morrison. You're not going to stop him, but we have to force him to shoot a low field goal percentage. Got to travel it. Yeah. Done a nice job on him so far.
Brandon Roy.
Yes, he has.
Played him very tough.
Back to the zone again.
Well, we started to say they did this a couple of years ago, and you know what the result was. Washington missed 22 straight shots. 5 seconds.
Well, either 5 seconds or Roy may have shuffled the feet. Third turnover for Gonzaga's got 3, and the Huskies, that's their first turnover of the game.
From Morrison. Now Ravio, and Jones jumps right at him. Got to take the three-point shot away from him. Down low to Batista, draws a crowd. Cespedes for 3. One only. Up top, Denton, kick it around for Roy. Drop it down to Brockman. Great ball movement, just no finish. And Williams there for an offensive rebound and draws the foul. And Williams very active.
Well, very active, and Ravio that time got caught inside on a bigger guy. He did the right thing. He tried to screen him out, but it was very difficult. He just couldn't get his body in the proper spot. Yeah, look at Ravio underneath the goal that time, trying to screen out a much bigger. He's trying, but he does pick up a foul in the act of shooting.
Williams has been the offense for the Huskies. Got 7 in the ballgame.
Well, the mindset for Lorenzo Romar, as you see Appleby come in the game, is if they're going to zone us, let's bring Ryan Appleby in the game. He's a magnificent long-range shooter, a transfer from Florida, and a guy that's capable of making 6-7 threes in a row.
Yeah,
I would bet Gonzaga goes man-to-man the next time down while Appleby's in the game.
There's Batista. Little turnaround with the right hand, short. Rebound out of Brockman. Outlet to Appleby. Jones on the wing. Good job by Batista that time. Got a hand on the ball. Cespedes comes out with it. Morrison on the wing here, but Cespedes couldn't get it to him. And a reach foul on Roy. And with that, we'll take our first timeout. 15 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the first half. Has been up tempo, and the Huskies lead it by 7.
This holiday season, discover the new Infinities at the Infinity Limited Engagement Winter Event. Like the full-size QX56 or the G35 sedan, available with intelligent all-wheel drive when conditions change. See your retailer for attractive lease and finance rates, but don't wait too long. Infinity's limited engagement ends January 3rd. Now lease a rear-wheel drive Infiniti G35 sedan for $349 per month.
Phys Ed is a priority again in New Hanover County.
We're getting fit together!
Churches in Robeson County help people shop smart and eat right.
Let's get fit together.
In the Triangle, wellness programs help employers and employees.
Let's be fit together.
Across North Carolina, communities are working to achieve healthy weight and healthier lifestyles. Visit fittogethernc.org, linking North Carolinians to tools for healthier weight.
When the IRS levied my business and personal accounts, I didn't know where to turn. My CPA recommended American Tax Relief.
If you owe over $10,000 to the IRS or state, call American Tax Relief for a free consultation.
Look, the IRS is offering you a one-time opportunity to settle your debt. This is your 1 second chance. Use it well.
I thought I was going to lose my business, but American Tax Relief got me a second chance.
Call 800-294-2817 for your free consultation.
You're watching FSN South.
Well, the Huskies out of the blocks quickly. They lead it 11-4. Good defensive job by Brendan Roy on Morrison, and Williams has been the...
Actually almost been the whole offense, and you look at Williams, he's got 7 points, and the whole Gonzaga team's only got 4, but very effective inside. He's got really a variety of moves. He can step away and face up. Very good with his back to the basket, and a brilliant start by Jamal Williams. And we know he was a go-to guy last year. Even you know, when Washington had many more players, they went to him quite a bit, and he delivered.
Jeremy Pargo has come into the lineup, a freshman for Gonzaga. And another guy the Zags have high hopes for. Got to get a foul before the inbounds pass.
May get a hold on Roy. He's so conscious of trying to keep the ball out of Morrison's hands that he's playing him very, very tight. And he may have picked up a bump foul.
Morrison guarded by Roy. He's done a great job on Morrison so far. This is Sean Mallon outside. Now Morrison posting Roy up. Take him to the basket.
Had to work for that one. Man, that was a tremendous shot in traffic.
Jones is open for 3. Well, you said it earlier, you got to get back.
Well, you've got to get back, and you really have to identify when you play the Huskies. I mean, we saw a club that can come down, and players are interchangeable, and they're explosive.
Sean Mallon misses short, and that's Gasser with the rebound, Hans Gasser. Appleby, look out. Missed off the left side. This is Rabbia guarded by Appleby. Now Pargo drives baseline and couldn't get the roll. Williams gets it out of there, and here come the Huskies. Brandon Roy might have gotten away with an extra step there. Gasser for 3. And a foul from behind on Sean Mallon. Brockman's going to come back into the Washington lineup, but Jamal Williams will lead to the applause of the crowd here. Into the Gonzaga lineup, Brandon Roy will leave for Washington, and Joel Smith will come in.
Joel Smith, a shooter.
They got some shooters.
Yeah, you got to be alert. He and Appleby can shoot it from the outside.
Appleby had it halfway down, only to have it come out. Hans Gasser gives him a second chance. Appleby again. Shooters shoot.
You know what? He may have missed a couple, but it didn't deter him from shooting the third one. You got to like it.
Shooters shoot.
Great pressure defense on Morrison. Now Smith trying to take the challenge.
Morrison tried him off the dribble, double clutches, and drew the foul. That's great body control and a really good job by a really good player.
Well, this is why Morrison's the whole package. I mean, he is being tightly defended. You may have been able to call a foul on the drive. He was bumped, but he's got that presence of mind to fake, get you in the air, draw a little bit of contact. He's got that combination of finesse and strength and understand. 43 on Michigan State triple overtime.
Yeah.
Well,
Mark Few said he came into the program that way. He was that way as a freshman. And that was a year that they had a lot of talent, a lot of shooters. They had Stepp and Turioff and a couple of other guys who could really play that year, and he wanted the ball.
It's the amazing thing about both of these teams. They've lost tremendous players. Remember, Ronnie Turioff is the conference player of the year, and he leaves Gonzaga, and they haven't missed a beat. They're very, very good. And Barry not even playing with a full deck. I mean, Josh Heitfeld is a 6'11 freshman who they think that he hurt his ankle, but the good news, he'll be back. And we know Earl Knight's an outstanding player, and he's at about 6'5", 6'6". Both those guys play over the rim, and they're going to get Knight back soon. So that's two terrific players that Gonzaga does not have with them.
Two starters, and Knight their best defender. Started his career here at Washington. Drop it down to Batista, and a kick out for Rabbio for three, and it won't go. But Batista right there with the rebound.
He's got great hands, doesn't he?
Good instincts, too.
He's got great hands.
Jones clears for the Huskies. Jones cut off by Batista. Good job by Batista to hold his ground. And a better job by Smith to get control of the ball. Missed the shot. Batista cleared.
Yeah, a little bit too quick that time. Patience, bring it out, get everybody set. I think Smith got a little bit emotional. This is a high-energy game. Great
nice
pass.
leave,
How do you
sure
like
was.
it?
Pendergraft with the gift from Adam Morrison. Yeah, the game so far is everything that we'd expected. Bobby Jones. And the foul right there. Smith, somebody forgot to block him out. And the Huskies lead it by 9, playing very solid basketball early in this game. Morrison open for a moment.
How about
gets it for 3.
He may get off to a slow start, but he's picking up the pace.
Got 6 in the ball game now.
Now the zone. Okay, Appleby, you got to look for 20 right here.
Well, it's going to be Jones, and Pendergraft hit him, and he's going to go to the line for 3.
Now, Barry, remember the last time down. Watch Morrison with his vision. Here he is with the ball. He's going to utilize the dribble and then give it up for an easy score. Watch him go ahead and utilize that dribble. He's going to pen it up in here. Look at everybody around him. They just get it up and in. A beautiful pass, and Pendergrass finishes it. But Morrison's got that kind of vision. He can draw the defense and find players.
You wouldn't pick him out of a crowd as an All-American basketball player.
No, you would. But see the game underway.
Yes,
absolutely. You're choosing sides. I'll take Morrison. Who do you have? I'll take that guy.
Bobby Jones has been a great story, too. You know, we talked about Earl Knight earlier. Earl Knight started his career here at Washington. He transferred to Gonzaga shortly after Lorenzo Romar got the job. So Lorenzo had a scholarship open, and the first guy he offered the scholarship to was Bobby Jones, who has been a great contributor for this Washington team. First player recruited by Lorenzo Romar only because Earl Knight left the program and went to Gonzaga.
Well, Barry, we've seen Bobby Jones for a number of years. And you know, when you've got to watch him out to really appreciate what he does. I think he is a guy that's got a chance to play at the next level. He does everything well. The guy is talented, and he's a tremendous defender and makes very few mistakes on the court.
This is Pargo bringing it across the timeline. Pargo wound up in Spokane from Carbondale, Illinois.
Good defense this time by the Huskies. They're doing a great job. Look at him keeping the ball in front. And
he'll take it, though.
You know what? That was a very high degree of difficult shot. Well, they've done a great job on him, but he's got 8 points. Every one has been earned by Morrison so far. Here's your zone again.
I want to correct myself on Pargo. He's from Chicago. It is Justin Dentman, the freshman point guard for Washington, who's from Carbondale, Illinois. So 2 Illinois products in this ballgame, both point guards. Here's Adam Morrison, and the guy is just the whole package. Here he knocked down a 3. He's got 8 in the ball game, but still a 7-point Washington lead. It's 21-14. 11:31 left first half.
A tradition of courage, a tradition of character, a tradition of champions. Year after year, the student athletes of the Pacific 10 Conference display excellence, not only in the arena of competition, they go on to excel in the arena of life. 10 distinguished institutions with opportunities for higher learning as vast as the Pacific itself. Be a part of a great tradition. The Pacific, the Conference of Champions.
Class A CDL drivers, are you overworked, underpaid, and need more driving choices? At U.S. Express, you can choose between dedicated, regional, and over-the-road positions. Most of our dedicated positions get you home weekly and provide wonderful benefits and great pay. Teams earn up to 56 cents per mile plus a $5,000 sign-on bonus. Contractors earn a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Call U.S. Express at the number on the screen. And remember, your new career starts with an X.
This week on FSN's Pro Football Preview, get the stories only our insiders have. With breaking news,
I would like to apologize,
and expert analysis. FSN Pro Football SN.
It's a full day of college basketball on FSN South. First, Georgia State takes on Georgia. Then, St. John's clashes with Virginia Tech. Next, the Bearcats battle the Commodores. Finally, it's Illinois versus Oregon, beginning Saturday at 1 on FSN South.
It is a 7-point Washington lead. It's been everything that we'd expected so far. Very well played ball game, 21-14. The Huskies lead. Going back to last year, and Gonzaga, of course, picked to finish first in the West Coast Conference again this year, but look at last year. Ronny Turiaf was the player of the year. Earl Knight was the defender of the year. J.P. Batista, transferred over from Barton Community College, was the new year for the fourth straight year. Oh, by the way. Only one other coach in West Coast Conference history had ever won 4 straight titles. You want to go for it? Not won 4 straight titles, but been named Coach of the Year 4 times in a row.
Was it Phil Wolpert?
It was Phil Wolpert. That's terrific. You win.
You what? What do I win? Of course, Phil did win 60 in a row with USF.
He did do that.
Yeah, back in the mid-50s. I guess that had something to do with it.
They had some players.
Yeah, they had a few. And Jones and Bolt and Farmer and Gene Brown. And yeah, they Casey Jones, by the way. I gotta leave out Casey Jones.
Al Perry.
Al Perry, you bet.
Williams again facing up. Count the basket. He's given you the whole package. He's faced up, he's gone left, he's gone right, he's stepped out.
Barry, when Jamal was in, this bears
Tell me about this.
When he was in the 8th grade, Jamal Williams, you know what his 8th grade team consisted of? He said, we had a good 8th grade team. Tyson Chandler, Jamal Sampson, I'm going to Cal at 6'10", Josh Childress, who's in the NBA, and Cedric Bozeman. And Jamal. Now he says, that was my 8th grade team.
That's a pretty good team.
And we lost 4 games. No, they didn't really lose 4 games. This is a pretty good 8th grade team.
I'll say. Fargo, good move to the basket. Double clutches, now kicks out for Rabiot. Taking the perimeter away from the Zags. There's Morrison again, the floater with the right hand, and it just won't go. But he will go to the line, and that was another sensational shot.
Well, he's just a big-time move, and what you forget about Morrison is his ability to put the ball on the ground. See, this is what makes him great. He can put it on the ground and make his own shot. He doesn't need a screen all the time and has body control. I know you talked about the comparison with Larry Bird. Let's face it.
Right. I said it was hyperbole.
I understand. But this young man here, he's just gotten better and better every year at Gonzaga. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him one more year because, you know, he's truly one of the top 3 or 4 players in college basketball.
He gets them both. He's got 10 in the ball game now. His team trails, though, by 8.
Zags are going to put on a little 1-2-2 press just to try to change it up, see if they can get a turnover.
Well, Huskies playing very smart basketball. Fargo just blew right by everybody to the hoop.
No, that's what you love about Fargo. He's a guy that knows how to play a great end-to-end move and a finisher. Boy,
Jones at the other end.
How about it? How about it? Bobby. He just goes unnoticed. I'm telling you. You look at a box score and the guy's got points and 9 rebounds and 7 assists. I mean, he just does everything.
Not to mention defending the best player usually. Jones right now has the assignment on Morrison.
Oh, this place is rocking.
Well, it should. I mean, the home team's playing great. This guy's tough. Comes up a little short this time, though, and the rebound off of Pendergrass and then off of Dentman, and will be out of bounds to Gonzaga. This game is not being played like a game in early December. It's being played in a late February, early March pace.
Sure is. Remember now, the Huskies were the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament last year, and obviously, you know, they lost some key players. You know, guys like Conroy and Nate Robinson and Trey Simmons and Hakeem Rollins, but they're still very effective.
Pendergrass couldn't quite get it to Batista. It's off his hand and out of bounds to Washington, and the Zags are really letting this crowd get involved. Brockman had that one blocked by Batista. That's their first miss in their last 5. Away, double clutch, and draws the foul. Goes down hard.
Well, let's hope Ravio's all right. Looked like he may have hurt his knee or ankle.
He's going to be slow to get up. Lorenzo Romar.
No, I don't think so. I don't think he traveled. I think he was bumped early, and he was hit again while he was in the air. I thought that was a good call.
Went down hard. Now being hit. He'll guts it out. He's a tough kid.
He's a tough guy. Now, if you walked in the gym and you looked at Morrison and Ravio, you'd figure out that Ravio's the baller. You're thinking, now this is the gym rat. This is the guy. I'll take him.
He is the gym rat. He defines the term. Of course, his dad played at Portland and then played in the NBA with the Lakers.
Yeah, his dad played for Jacobina. Had the real good Portland teams back in the late 70s with Slaughter and Darwin Cook. And I mean, that was an excellent Portland team.
Larry Gerganius has come in to the freshman from the San Francisco Bay Area out of St. Mary's High School in Berkeley.
By the way, Barry, Ravio hasn't missed a free throw all year. That's 20 in a row for him. He's pretty calm knocking those two down.
Going to get a travel on Brandon Roy. He's not going to agree with that one. I think it's the right call, though.
He's coming off. It looks like...
Ravio is hurting, you're right. He will, I was going to say, he might be taken into the locker room. Looks as though he might have fallen on his hip or something. It does not look like a leg injury, although he is flexing that leg. He's in some pain as he leaves. Artem Wallace has come into the Washington lineup for the first time. Another interesting story. Was a Russian immigrant that planned to go back to Russia, and his mother tragically passed away. And he was adopted by the family that he was staying with in a little town down in southwestern Washington called Toledo. Pendergrass with him.
And Barry, I think Wallace has a chance. I mean, we saw him. He's very active. He's just got to understand the game a little bit better. But he has skill and can put it on the ground and is very effective inside.
Williams missed that one. Cespedes with the rebound. Out of Pargo. Ahead it goes to Batista, and a good job at the other end by Jones. And that's the kind of thing you were talking about. That's exactly the kind of thing he just does routinely. Now the Zags to have Derek Ravio be gone for long.
No, but you know, it's a real test for him. So now all of a sudden other people have to, Pargo and Cespedes, these guys have to want the ball and make plays when Ravio's out. Good move there.
Cespedes going hard to the basket, drew the foul.
Just call him PMAC. It's a little easier.
Yeah.
Instead of,
he's got a whole bunch of
He's got a lot of names.
Pierre-Marie Altidore Cespedes.
Well, it's PMAC.
From Montreal. And that one goes down. They just don't miss too many. You're not going to beat this team at the free throw line.
Looks like that the Zags may go press if they make this shot, because everybody's lined up and they're going 1-2-2, and they almost get the turnover.
Now Appleby gets it across the timeline. Jones puts, and again a good hustle by Batista. Here's Pargo coming the other way. Pargo can push it. Pendergrass was open, passed the shot up, now puts it on the floor. Tries to leave it for Garganis. Morrison's going to come back into the lineup after a very short blow. This plays into the hand of what Lorenzo Romar was telling us about Adam Morrison. He said the best thing you can hope for, body on him and get him tired by the end of the game.
Good little pop-out time to isolate Morrison. He just didn't make the play. Good defense that time by the Huskies.
There's Jones all the way. Tough shot.
He just got a variety of moves. Bobby Jones again.
Coming right back the other way. Well, both these teams will make you pay the price. Watch this.
Well, and the thing you like about what Gonzaga did, and you cannot just relax after you score, because they got the ball inbounds quickly, came right back down the other end and answered that quick score there by Bobby Jones. So there's your zone. And Appleby's in the game. So they're going to try to get to Ryan Appleby 20, try to negate any outside shot from him. But if we know Jones can hit it out there also. See, that shot is there.
There's down, you said it.
I think Appleby understands his role. What do you think about?
Started his career at Florida, but he's a Washington guy.
He did not play much at Florida at all. And redshirted last year, had to sit out because of transfer requirements, but he's a factor on the floor.
Well, in fact, he really was a pure point guard. That's what he was here for originally, but they said, you know what, you're the best three-point shooter on the team. We're moving you to the 2. You can play 1 every now and then. Huskies by 8.
Think those mall stores are really gonna have your size? Come on, you deserve better. Regular stores are for average guys. Why waste your time? Get the King Size Catalog, the big and tall specialists. They've got the styles, colors, and sizes that fit your life, your budget, and most importantly, you. You won't find a bigger range of sizes, big sizes up to 7XL. We're talking easy-to-wear classic styles that'll still look good years from now. The bottom line, King Size has got them, they fit, and they're comfortable. Every item is fully guaranteed. And best of all, you don't have to pay mall prices. With the King Size Catalog, you get more for less in big and tall sizes. So get the catalog. Call the number on the bottom of your screen. Want it now? KingSizeTV.com is always open. Either way, it's worth your while. You'll even get a special offer with your first. Call the number on the bottom of your screen or go to KingSizeTV.com.
Kicking up a landslide. Close shave, now he's back on the flip side. But I like you best when you're down with the rest of us.
We mixed the car with the SUV and didn't miss a beat. The first ever new crossover from Pontiac, designed for action.
We welcome you back. 34-26 ball game. Washington's led right from the get-go, but a very well-played game so far. Both teams playing solid defense. Both teams shooting the ball extremely well. Appleby just had the 3 a moment ago. Give his team an 8-point lead. It's a 34-26 ball game. Second, number 18, Washington, sold out Bank of America Arena here in Seattle. Tough place to play. It's become, if not the toughest, certainly one of the 2 or 3 toughest in the Pac-10 conference.
Yeah, and I can tell you, this was a tough ticket tonight. I mean, you could not get a seat in this one. It's been sold out for a long time.
They were selling tickets on eBay for well over $100. It's normally a $25 seat. Gets a good look. And this will be out of bounds to Gonzaga.
All right, Barry, here's how you set up that. Here's your shooter right here. The ball's going to go in to out to up. Now watch this. Wallace will pitch it out. Appleby is your shooter. Good ball rotation. You draw the defense. You give it up to your key guy, and you make a nice 3-point goal and a good
step right into the passing lane. And Denton finishes. Cespedes to Batista to the basket.
quick transition and a great job by the Zags. Nice job to get it up and down the floor after a score.
Yeah, both ways, I thought. Both teams did a great job. Roy working on Pendergraft.
Offense. I think they're going to get Roy back and in. I believe his second. Maybe his third. He picked up we'll check it. He was 2 or 3 on Brandon Roy. It is his third. Back right into Pendergraft, so Roy will come out.
That would be a very costly loss. I would imagine he's going to have to sit for the better part of this final 6 minutes of this half.
I don't think there's any doubt. Yeah, you're sitting on an 8-point lead, and you're Lorenzo Romar. You don't want to put him back. That's an outstanding catch and shot.
Moving without the ball also.
Bet. Oh, I heard that was heard. If you played without the ball, good things happen.
I learned it from you. It only took me 22 years. Oh, by the way, Morrison with 14. Travel.
Well, you see the brilliance of Adam Morrison because he has shown that he can make the long-range shot. But here's your playing without the ball. See, what does he do when he's pressured? He goes to the goal, and he's rewarded. They find him, and when he's inside, well, he gets between players and finds a way to score.
Incidentally, Ravio has come out of the locker room and is now on the Gonzaga bench, but he had a little hitch in his giddy-up. I don't know if we're going to see him at least for the rest of this half. Pargo off the baseline.
I got to tell you, I think Pargo and Cespedes have done a nice job. You see Ravio, who was hurt, and I think you're right. I think he hurt his hip when he fell earlier in the game, had to come out. But the 2 guards that have come in for the Zags have done a nice job.
Appleby got the man to go by him.
And Lorenzo said, you know, Dan, this guy's got unlimited range. He's coming off the bench, off the bus, shooting threes. The Huskies go 2-3 zone. Better get to this guy.
They did enough, but Pendergraft with the easy putback.
Well, Pendergraft, here's another player, Barry, that just comes off the bench and just gives you tremendous energy and good scoring.
Basket, and I think Morrison might have tagged him. Now they're going to give it to Pargo.
Can you imagine the Gonzaga rotation when they get Earl Knight back and Josh Heitfeld? If the prognosis on Heitfeld, as we said earlier, was very good. Hurt his ankle, and they thought, well, he wouldn't be back this year, but they got good news from the doctor, and Mark Few said, you know, I think we're going to get him back. It may take a little while, but that's going to be a big boost because those 2 guys play over the rim, and they're great defenders.
Yeah, they had counted on Heitfeld, the complimentary scorer to Adam Morrison, and he only played 1 game, only practiced 1 day, and then he played 10 minutes against Michigan State, had 9 points and 4 rebounds.
Yeah, and at 6'11", he's a force in there. And we know Earl Knight, he's a top defender and a guy that can sky and get way over the square. So he will be back in about 10 days.
Trying to go back to force that pass a little bit. And again, it's Appleby, who's really been a catalyst. Dentman, not quite. Gasser with the offensive rebound. The put back too hard. Batista clears. Pargo in transition. Batista, little jump hook.
Batista, is he always at the right place at the right time? And then the Huskies make a mistake trying to inbound the ball, and they step over the end line, and the official right on the spot, and Gonzaga will get another opportunity. On J.P. Batista, this is why the NBA people like him so much. He's just big body in there, and he's got a variety of shots, and he's a load to handle. Zone again. Okay, find Morrison. Where's Morrison? There he is. Got to get up to him.
Drop it down. He draws a crowd. Kick it out to Pargo. Pargo puts it on the floor. Double clutch. Tried to leave for Batista. Appleby to Brockman to the basket. Appleby has played big.
Yeah, he sure has. What a great catch by Brockman. You know, that was a much tougher play than Brockman made it seem, and just kind of a one-hander to get it up on the square.
Well, this game has been exactly, in my opinion, as advertised.
You're right about Appleby. He not only has made threes, you see his point guard ability, vision, And John Brockman, one of the highly recruited players in the country last year, a big-time shot in traffic.
Well, next week, ACC Sunday Night Hoops coming back with an early season showdown between two national contenders as 8th-ranked Boston College battles 23rd-ranked Maryland. Coverage beginning with our college basketball tip-off show at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, only on FSN. Huskies have led right from the get-go. Incidentally, Derek Ravio is on the bench with an ice pack strapped to his back. And he looks like a pretty sore puppy.
He does. He does not look like a young man that's going to come back in this game very soon. It's a long year, Barry. Make sure that he's all right.
Pargo fall away. Banged it off the side of the backboard. Here's on 4. He'll wait. And Batista just sends Gasser flying. Incidentally, Ravio has left the arena again, or left the bench, I should say, not the arena. Now, sometimes they will do that. They may just take him out in that hallway out there and run him a little bit just to try to get some heat back in there, get the blood circulating. But then, what the heck do I know? We'll be back.
This is Bob. Bob, very well indeed. That's because not long ago, with just a quick phone call, Bob realized that he could have something better in his life. And what did he get? Why, a big boost of confidence, a little more self-esteem, and a very happy missus at home.
Call or go online now to get a sample pack. Enzyte, the once daily tablet for natural male enhancement. This is Bob. Bob is looking cool. And with a call to Enzyte, Bob is living large. In a few short weeks, Bob has a big new spring of confidence. A generous swelling of pride. And the one thing every man deserves, a little well-earned respect from the neighborhood. Call or go online now to get a sample pack at Enzyte. Enzyte, the once daily tablet for natural male enhancement.
Nice and easy. Hey, guys. Hustle up! Let's go! Come on!
Not come back onto the floor. So Gasser will go to the free throw line. And he rolls it in.
Yeah, the other factor, Barry, for the Huskies, remember Mike Jensen is also not playing. We know Jensen's an outstanding player, played huge in the Pac-10 tournament last year. There's Mike. He had a arthroscopic shoulder injury, and they got in there, took a look at it, and really corrected some things. And he said he'll be back in about 10 days. So that's good news. It's a pretty good foul shooting in this game. The Zags 7 for 8. The Huskies 12 of 13. So Jensen, another big body, gives Lorenzo Romar some more rotation in that front line.
Absolutely, can shoot it. Good offensive rebound. This is Pargo. 10 on the shot clock.
Great defense, doing a great job pressuring. Morrison's going to have to create a tough shot.
Well, he did.
Yeah, and that was well defended.
Yeah, nothing he could do about that.
He earned that one and got a kindly roll, but good defense that time by the Huskies.
They lost Appleby again. Now Appleby leaves it for Gasser. Now back up top for Appleby. Brockman missed the shot. Watch the shot by Adam Morrison.
Well, and the shot clock is winding down. Remember, it's going, you see that 3 up there. He didn't have a whole lot of time. Barry thought he traveled. I don't know. There might have been a little bit of a shuffle, but Barry, he's an All-American. I think he might have been bumped, and let's give him the goal.
That's exactly. Sean Mallon, incidentally, has picked up his 3rd foul, and there's only the 2nd free throw miss of the substitutions as Mameri Diallo comes into the ball game. He's a work in progress from Évreux, France. This is Downey, the transfer from Texas Tech, was actually going to be a starter last year, but tore his knee up, and did Morrison.
Yeah, he's tore his knee up more than once. I mean, he's had a lot of injuries.
Was an excellent perimeter shooter. He's going to have to step up now. Again, 10 on the shot clock, now 9.
Great pressure defense again. This is not going to make this one, is he?
Oh, he did hit the rim.
It was close.
But that's 2 very good defensive sets for the Huskies. Huskies by 9 with the ball under 2 minutes. It'll be out of bounds to Gonzaga.
Now the Huskies have put great pressure on the ball in this game. They've done a nice job. Now to see if they're going to get a foul away from the ball. If it is, it's double bonus.
It's going to be on Dentman.
Yeah, it'll be the 10th team foul, so that'll be 2 shots for Gonzaga.
And it'll put Jeremy Pargo at the free throw line, as you said, a freshman out of Chicago. And a guy, we were talking to Mark Few earlier today, and he was saying this is a guy that, a top recruit that we would not have gotten 3 or 4 years ago.
Well, now he's all over the country and get guys. You know, I mean, it's not automatic, obviously, but everybody knows who Gonzaga is when they go in there. They don't have to reintroduce themselves.
Well, coming up at halftime, the nice Nissan halftime report. Go back to the studio with Mike Goldberg and Perry Clark, our old pal. Minnesota and Arizona State will be down in the desert tomorrow for that one. ASU off to a nice start.
Yeah, they are off to a good start. No Ike Diagu, but they're playing well.
Yeah. Baumgartner missed the shot. Rebound run down by Cespedes. Here's Morrison one-on-one with Jones. Forget it.
Yeah, what happened there is Baumgartner takes the shot, but no floor balance for the Huskies. They just didn't get in proper position, and Gonzaga will make you pay. I mean, they're looking to run at every opportunity.
A skip pass for Jones. Now Williams working on Pendergraft. Good job by Pendergraft that time. Did what he could, but look at the put back by Jones. And he goes down hard. It's a physical game.
Williams has made every one of these shots tonight. I mean, he started out with 3 of 3, but again, you talk about Bobby Jones with his perimeter game, but you forget he's a good rebounder. He's always around the ball. He's very strong inside, has nice hands, and now we'll get to the line for a couple of throws.
Bobby Jones shooting 2.
You can see, Barry, with the team Gonzaga has on the floor, they do not have a great rebounding team on the court. This is where Heitfeld is so important, and a guy like Earl Knight who can get up there, sky over people, get rebounds, and you lose that rotation in the front line when Batista has to come out. Few has like played every. I mean, his preseason schedule has been unbelievable.
Yeah, and he's still got more to go.
Yeah, he does. He's got Oklahoma State, and he goes and plays at Memphis.
Not easy.
And John Calipari's team is, you know, that's one of the top 12, 15 teams in the country.
You better have the whole deck of cards.
You better have
play
them.
there.
Yeah, you bet. Be a few guys running high and flying, dunking, jumping in that game.
They're going to get Diallo away from the ball. So 7-point Husky lead with the ball. 10th turnover for Gonzaga.
Man to man. They'd really like to go high to low. They'll try to post up Brockman and look for Williams. That's a tough shot.
And here's Pargo. And a great job by Jones from behind. Ball still loose. Scramble for it on the floor. And it's going to be Gonzaga ball.
I think if you're the Zags now, you look 2 for 1. I think you look for a shot. See if you can get a quick shot up. I mean, you're only down 7. You get your top point guard hurt. Got a couple of people in foul problems. Possession for the Zags.
Well, again, a reminder that coming up at halftime, the Nissan Halftime Report with Mike Goldberg and the coach, Barry Clark. Minnesota and Arizona State. We'll talk about that game that you and I will have tomorrow. All the highlights, and there were a ton of highlights from this first half. Once again, there are games that you see at the end of November, early December, where teams are not quite in sync, and you know they're not as good as they're going to be when it gets down to crunch time in March. That's not the case here.
Yeah, you don't want to be the best team in the country. You want to be the best team in the country when you get to tournament time. And both of these teams have a long way to go in terms of getting the right personnel on the floor, and they get everybody back who's hurt, and they get their team playing in sync during the conference. They're going to be tough to handle. Both of these clubs will be in the NCAA tournament.
I don't think there's any question about that.
In fact, I think Gonzaga, if they can get Heitfeld back, get Knight back, get everybody in sync, this is a team that could be a Final Four. I mean, they are that good. Got to get it in now.
And they do it down.
I'm thinking quick shot, 2 for 1, but
not going to do that.
It looks like they're not going to do it.
Pargo, a little spin move off the baseline, couldn't get the roll, and Appleby clears it. Now it's the Huskies who can play this down for the last shot. They lead it by 7.
I want to foul here if you're Gonzaga. It's double bonus both ways, so you try to play good position. And your go-to guy now, if it's man-to-man, has to be Williams at 24. He's right here, so you'd like to bring the ball to his side, or maybe look for a double for Jones. See if you can, here he is, he's right there. Now he's got it. Now he can get it up and he can get it in. There you go.
And that's
kind of a nice way to finish it.
That's why you coach the game. Nice finish for the Washington Huskies, and a very effective first 20 minutes of play for Lorenzo. Lead at 51-42 at the half, and Gonzaga has nothing to hang its head about either. I think this is just really all about how well Washington played. Derek Ravio went off to the locker room. He has not come back. We'll try to find out his status when we come back. Halftime activities coming up with the Huskies leading by 9, 51-42. Without Derek Ravio. Incidentally, let's clear up the you say potato, I say
potato. Okay, here we go.
We asked Derek Ravio today, how do you pronounce Ravio? Some people say Ravio. He said it's Ravio.
But
then Oliver Pierce, who's the sports information director and a very good one at Gonzaga, came up at halftime and said, well, his name is Ravio. We said, well, we asked him. And he said his name is Ravio. And he said, well, his dad's name is Ravio. And he's very sensitive about it. So I guess he's Ravio. He's the original player to be named later.
If Papa wants Ravio, we're going to go with Ravio.
Except when his dad played, he was Ravio, wasn't he? Pargo and Pendergraft will start the second half for sure. And for Derek Ravio.
You know what? I'm sure glad you explained that.
Yeah.
Because now it's
I do well?
Now it's crystal clear.
Pargo, a little pump fake into the lane, the floater, short. Rockman clears it out of the air, and here comes Roy, also playing with 3 fouls. Brandon Roy going baseline, now he kicks out. Bobby Jones, little pump fake, puts it on the floor, draws a foul. Gonna get Adam Morrison on the foul. His second.
One thing you notice about Washington, Barry, is tremendous spacing on the floor. Guys are driving and then kicking, and you don't see players tangled together. When they go individual, watch the spacing. Of course, that's just a nice individual move there. He just didn't get it down. A little surprised that he faded away. He had people on the...
Incidentally, the 42 points that the Zags gave up in the first half, the most they have given up this year and a half. Michigan State had 40. Morrison tough off the baseline and gets it to go.
Wait a minute. Check that one out.
That was not an easy shot. We have an idea that Morrison's just going to kind of hitch his pants up. There's a nice little backdoor cut by Roy. And a good job by the freshman Detman to recognize him. Have an idea that Morrison may just say, okay, I'm going to take it over.
Well, or, you know, you got Ravio out, and he's looking to take it over. I mean, he's looking to come off screens and take deep threes. And and he can't do it all by himself.
And 2-on-2 now after the steal. Pargo give it up to Cespedes to the basket, and he comes up short. That's a miss he will remember tonight. Back the other way, and a nice dish from Denton to the cutter Williams to the basket.
Denton's a good-looking freshman. You know, he's a young man that played really two and to the point. He's done a great job.
He's the guy from Carbondale, Illinois. That's Batista, easy off the baseline. Yeah, the thing about Denton, he really takes care of the basketball. 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Very poised for a freshman. His mom's here.
I know, his mom never flew on a plane, came out for this game, so that's great that she's here and she's seeing the Huskies play very well. Well, they're running screen and rolls. Guys, Morrison like run the floor every single time.
And one. And the foul on Jones.
Well, here's just a great move in transition after the score. Now you see Jamal Williams knock it down, and then Gonzaga right back at you, and Morrison at the end. And a good trigger pass inside to Morrison, and he's excited because he ran the sit up. He's got 22, pretty good line, 9 of 14 from the field. Got a chance to knock down a free throw now.
Gorganis in the ball game now, the freshman, who Mark Few and his staff like a lot, but he's playing with a banged up wrist right now that has affected his shooting.
This is why Roy is so versatile, Barry. He can play the point, he can direct traffic. He's at 6'6", can see over the defense.
And Brockman, a little off-balance shot with the right hand. Great body control, though, for a big man.
Powerhouse. Brockman, you know, I tell you, you can bump him and hit him. It isn't going to make any difference. He's still going to finish it up. Now he doesn't move at all.
Pargo, backdoor cut Gorganis. Missed the shot. Gets it back. Forces it up. Still won't go. And the rebound try from Pendergraft, and it won't go. 3 misses for the Zags. They missed a couple of cripples here. Appleby missed the 3, and we're going to get a foul on Batista. Watch the control by Brockman, the freshman.
Well, you look at Brockman inside, and you know, he was hit going to the basket there, but has a nice little jump hook and a move. And again, he fought Batista on the last move, and JP had to push him a bit to try to get that rebound and picked up the foul.
Batista's 3rd foul. Roy open for 3, in and out. So Batista with 3, Mallon with 3, and Roy with 3, and a reach in on Jones. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Jones. Check that, his second. Things getting a little bit shoddy right now, just a little bit.
Well, obviously an emotional game, and I think this is a good call. You know, Bobby Jones is aggressive, he's active, but there was a little bump coming up. Going to start Morrison low and then try to quick screen for him. Look how he puts the ball on the ground and finds players.
Yeah, Pargo open, just couldn't convert it, and there's Batista with the follow again. He's a load. Batista, Brockman, very comparable guys. Williams.
Here's the zone. Here's your guy way over here. If they can penetrate, get a little penetration, and try to find Appleby. His arm is in motion if they can find it.
There's Williams down low. Got right around Batista. He just out-quicked Batista that time.
Yeah, the other thing that Williams will do is if you double him, he will definitely find an open guy on the outside.
Started his career in New Mexico, transferred up here. He's from Southern California, as you said earlier. An errant pass picked out of the air by Roy. 4-on-2, and Jones fell down. And Jones is saying he was tripped. Well, Jones feels like he was jobbed that time, that Morrison gave him a little push. 10-point lead Huskies, 61-51. 15:28 left.
This is Bob. Bob is doing well. Very well indeed.
All right, the Huskies with a 10-point lead. Here's the last play. You judge for yourself. Here is Morrison. Now, Morrison, stop it. Morrison grabs Bobby Jones to try to slow him down, and then Bob 60 and loses his balance. That's why he was upset, because that's one way to stop the break. If you're Adam Morrison, you just got to nudge a guy if he's going down the floor. But Bobby Jones wanted the foul and didn't get it.
Mark Few is rolling the dice a little bit. He's got Batista on the floor with 3 fouls, and he brings Sean Mallon back, who also has 3 fouls. Mallon has been a non-factor in this game, and this is a guy who can score and can rebound.
Got guys offensively, you'll go back zone, try to protect him. If you go man-to-man, the Huskies will go inside the Williams.
Morrison shook Jones that time, just couldn't get the shot to fall. They'll have a second chance, though, and that misses by Gerganis, but he'll go to the line. Gerganis very active.
Yeah, and Gerganis, I mean, this is a great opportunity for him. I mean, Gerganis is a guy that they're expecting big things, and they didn't think they would play him in this game. You know, you think, well, he might not be ready. Well, guess what? Circumstances have dictated that you're going into game. It's a great learning experience for him, and he's reacted well.
Yeah, they said give it redshirted him. You can see the bandages on his wrist, and it has affected his shooting stroke, and they feel like they have to almost reteach him how to shoot.
All right, let's see if Gonzaga in foul trouble goes back zone or stays man-to-man. Look like man-to-man.
Drop it down for Ray, working on Morrison, double clutched. Couldn't get it to go off the window.
Straight hands again. He just never drops the ball in traffic.
Morrison in traffic off the window too hard. All of a sudden, lid on the basket for the Zags. Appleby ahead to Roy. Roy reverse, missed a shot. Brockman and a foul. And that may be on Batista, and if it is, it's his 4th. It is. So Batista will leave with the 4 fouls, at least I assume. He's got 12 points and 9 rebounds, so he's been very much a factor in this game.
I have a quiz for you.
Go ahead.
Why is Brockman a good rebounder?
Good body control.
Great body control.
Good feet.
Good feet, but more importantly, he goes after every rebound.
He does, yeah, he does.
He goes to the glass every single time, and he's a hard guy to screen out.
Brockman converts. Got 9 in the ball game. Very balanced scoring for the Washington Huskies, and they lead it by 11. Gonzaga has never been ahead in this game.
Very good pressure man-to-man defense by the Huskies.
Backdoor to Mallon in traffic. Gets it.
Now, you're right, Mallon has been very quiet and gets his first.
Well, Gasser is there, faces up and knocks it in. If you're going to give me that shot, I'm going to take it.
I think if you're looking for a resurgence from Gonzaga, a guy like Mallon has to step up. He has to come up big in the last 14 minutes of the game if the Zags want to overcome this lead.
Big-time scorer, all-time leading scorer at Meade High School in Spokane. There have been a lot of good players come out of there. Aaron pass from Gerganis, but look at Morrison. And 1. How big is that?
Unbelievable. Now, he definitely feels that there was a foul, and they have a good case for it from Morrison. He may have reached in, no call, gets it back, and then completes a 3-point play.
Take a look, see what you think.
Yeah, I think there you could have called the foul, but Appleby went too quick. And then a tremendous play by Morrison just to recover. Here's where the foul could have been called, yet it wasn't. And I think he's a competitor or what?
Tough. Low Romar not liking it at all. And it could be a game changer.
Well, and I think it'd be a great time for one of his assistants just to maybe grab him by the shoulder. You don't want to complain to that guy. You want to speak very calmly because you don't want to pick up a technical in this situation.
And we're going to get a foul on the rebound. I think they called Gerganis on the foul. Jones trying to leave it for the cutting Brockman. And a block foul underneath on Mallon, and that's going to be his 4th. And it's going from bad to worse for Gonzaga right now. 4th foul on Mallon. Batista's on the bench with 4. Ravio is out, or Ravio. Call him what you will. He's
Turiaf graduated, didn't he?
He did. I knew how to pronounce his name.
Yeah, Roney's not around. Heitfeld is hurt. Knight is hurt.
Playing.
So eventually you just go to 4 guards. Well, this is an opportune time now for the Huskies to back it out and try to score inside, attack in to out. Unless it's Roy.
Great job by Williams to control the rebound. Good job by Mallon to get on the
Call
floor.
timeout. Call timeout.
Did he? No. The possession arrow is going to be Gonzaga's. Diallo will come into the lineup, and Mallon will leave with 4 fouls. So he and Batista both on the bench, and still a long way to go in this game.
And Diallo's going to play significant minutes now.
I would imagine they will challenge him.
They again, a great experience situation for Diallo. They thought, well, maybe this was a game that was just going to be too high level for him. But now he's inserted. He's going to have to produce. He's playing before a packed house on the road. So it's grow-up time right now for Diallo.
Cespedes. A block foul underneath on Roy. That's his 4th. And Lorenzo Romar doing everything he can to control himself. And they might have just banged him.
Yeah, I think they did bang him. You saw Cespedes take it in, and of course Lorenzo Romar felt there was a position charge. They should have got the call, didn't get the call. He's still upset about the last play of Morrison. When Morrison stole the ball, he thought there was a foul there.
But he got a couple back his way. The shoot detectable.
So Morrison will shoot the technical. He will also shoot the completion shot of the 3-point play, and now they will get the ball out of bounds. Or rather, he will shoot both shots on the technical. It's a 2-shot technical.
So Cespedes will go to the free throw line now. This was the Brandon Roy comes out of the ballgame with 4 fouls. Cespedes knocks down his free throw. And suddenly it's a 6-point game.
Barry, this is not what you want to do against Gonzaga, is let them go to the foul line and just let them start shooting free throws. This is a team that's shooting 86% as a team. They're leading the country. So all of a sudden, they get to the line. By the way, it's a 5-point game.
And a foul on Cespedes. And all of a sudden, the officials are calling this game a lot tighter.
16. So both clubs with 16 fouls. And I think the officials have to call it a little tighter. You know, you can get, it's just a high energy, explosive type game, and you don't want to get it out of control.
Dentman takes it all the way to the basket, gets his own rebound back. Good job by the freshman Dentman. Smallest player on the floor. Playing big.
You look at the, now this is the kind of rebound Diallo has to get. He's trying to establish position, but you've got to get that one off the glass to initiate the break.
And there is Derek Ravio. I guess we'll stay with Ravio. Pleases.
Well, it's a long year. You don't want to risk any injury to the young man. So, you know, if there's any question mark, you just sit out the game. Let's get him healthy. You want to be good in March, not great in December. March pays off.
That's right. You bet. 7-point ball game now. The freshman Gerganis working on the other freshman, Dentman. Dentman did a great job with the jam.
Okay. Maybe Diallo needs to get it more.
He's got that part down.
Yeah, he sure does. I think he's got that shot down pat.
Well, Detman almost threw it away. In fact, did. Gurganis steps in front, leaves it for Cespedes. Now to Morrison for the finger roll.
Nice transition.
And
it's a gutty effort by Gonzaga. I mean, with everything that's happened, you look at Morrison. He's just kind of trying to get everybody energized. Timeout, and what a comeback by the Zags.
3-point ball game, and I think a very good timeout. Zags are on a 10-2 run. 12-13 remaining in the ball game. Washington 67, Gonzaga 64.
Diallo score. You never want to save the ball and throw it under your opponent's basket, Barry. That's like, you know, Williams throw the ball to half court, and then you see the great transition that time by the Zags, and Morrison with another finish. So all of a sudden, and it was really triggered by the technical foul, the ability to get to the line, make 4 free throws, and before you know it, now Gonzaga only down 3. He's only got 29. He's 11 for 18. Let me tell you this. He got off to a bad start.
That's right.
He didn't do much in the first 6-7 minutes of the game.
Well, he's a special player, and Lorenzo Roma, our first guy to tell us that. So right now, I think the Huskies need an answer. 10-2 run for Gonzaga. Detman with a good look, missed the shot. And there's Gurganis. Of everybody, and Morrison just picks up the garbage.
Well, that was a pass.
Yeah.
Diallo tipped past it, and he will tell you that after the game.
You bet he will.
And gave it up to Morrison. Don't look now, it's a 1-point game.
Williams spin move, fall away, no. Loose ball picked up by Detman. Give it to Williams, counted and one. And with that, we'll jump off the track. It is a 3-point ball game. Don't go anywhere.
Look at this guy.
Smoky and spicy and
Give me a little tip deflection that time, Diallo to Morrison, and he gets a score. And I thought the Huskies were a little bit out of sync, and all of a sudden, Williams, who's had a monster game, he's been stellar tonight, gets a goal that the Huskies desperately need. You look at the line with 20 and 9 of 14, and you see that career high 24, so he's approaching that. But that Washington just could not get in rhythm to get a quality shot, and Williams comes up big.
And now a chance to convert the 3-point play, and he doesn't do it. But the long rebound almost back in the hands of Williams. Morrison gets it out of there.
Better stop him. Got to address him right away when he comes down the floor.
Gurganis coming off the baseline with a big move. Got the finger roll.
You really have to be impressed by Gurganis. Now here's a young man getting quality minutes. Wasn't expected at this significant tremendously.
And a turnover and a chance to take the lead for the first time in the ball game for the Bulldogs. Morrison, a little pump fake. Bulldogs lead.
How good is this guy?
Very.
This guy is... If he's not the best player in college basketball, I mean, I'd like to see who's better right now. I mean, this guy can do it all.
First time in a ball game the Zags have had the lead. Williams again over. Remember, there's some very good players on the bench right now. Sean Mallon is about to come back into the ball game. He's got 4 fouls. Batista has 4 fouls. Those two for Gonzaga. Derek Ravio has not played since early in the ball game, since going down hard on his back. And Brandon Roy is on the Washington bench. He too has 4 fouls. A lot of talent sitting on their butts right now.
Well, and the Huskies need Brandon Roy. I mean, you talk to Lorenzo Roma, and he's the key guy. He just does everything for this team. And obviously they need Roy on the floor, but with the 4 fouls, you have to be cautious.
Still a long way to go, of course.
Still a long way to go.
10:48.
You bet.
Brockman incidentally rubbing his knee. He might have collided with someone. Williams misses the first free throw. Brockman he's going to leave. Might have just collided. Sometimes players will clash knees and everything just freezes, they tell me. It's never happened to me, but they tell me. Williams missed them both. Morrison clears.
Great job by Morrison to screen out the shooter. Boy, that's just a solid fundamental play by Morrison to jump in that lane and make sure that long rebound doesn't go back to the shooter. Now the zone. Okay, now here goes Morrison. He's bumped. Here he's going to come right out here. Now you see if they there it is.
Oh,
They saw him and they swing it to him.
And Gerganis underneath again. Gerganis very active.
A difference maker in the second half.
Yeah, he has been. He's playing with one hand. Joel Smith puts it on the floor off the window too hard, but draws the foul. And then we'll get Cespedes on the foul.
Third personal foul. 10 team fouls.
Long way to go in this game.
Long way.
And the Huskies have the Zags in jeopardy foul-wise, and it would really bode well for Washington if they can just put the ball around the goal every time down. You know, find Jones inside, find Williams around the basket, see if you can attack inside to out and try to get to the line.
Joe Smith gets them both. Just dogging Cespedes. Gerganis dropping down to Mallon down low. Mallon, the jump hook, missed everything. Pendergraft might have got away with a push-off, puts it in, count it, and one.
How do you like Pendergraft? A tremendous rebound, gets it in. You think these guys are jacked up? I mean, they're going, you know, we know we got a lot of players out, but everybody's programs. You know, guys come off the bench, and here's an air ball, but look at Pendergraft just going, not to be denied inside. Will not be denied, gets it down.
Converts a three-point play, 4-point lead for the Zags. Still a world of time, just under 10 minutes.
There's your zone again, trying to protect Mallon.
Dentman, the floater, they're taking it to the basket and trying to draw fouls. Why not? So Dentman will go to the line. I like Dentman's poise. Playing in a league that's just loaded with good point guards. Fourth foul on Cespedes. So now Cespedes with 4. Batista with 4. Mallon on the floor with 4. You've heard of 4 on the floor. Right?
Yes, I have heard of 4 on the floor. Usually has about 400 horsepower.
That's right. Zags will keep possession here. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Both teams going deep into their benches tonight. Pargo on the baseline. Just kind of lost the handle. Loose ball controlled out of the air by Williams. Appleby, look out. And the Dogs lead it.
Quick timeout by Gonzaga. You think everybody here's jacked up or what?
Well, I'm telling you, this is like March. It really is. The atmosphere here is like March, and the game is being played like it's in March. It's been exactly as advertised.
Sure has. We tried to pick a winner before this game started. It wasn't easy. Everybody went, well, I think Gonzaga by 1. No, Washington by 2.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Huskies by 1.
Still a long way to go. 9:08 remaining in the ball game. Appleby has just come up huge.
Yeah, he sure has. And I mean, you get Appleby in transition, and you know, a terrific read. Find your shooters, identify them, get them in the right spot at the right time. And Appleby with a big score, and then a quick TO by Mark Few and the Zags.
He just looks like a guy who walks into a room shooting. You know, we've seen guys like that in the Pac-10. Reminds me a little bit of Luke Rittenauer. Just, I'm talking about in appearance and that sort of stuff when he was at Oregon. Reminds me a little bit of Brett Berry when he was at Oregon State. That kind of guy.
Does he have Salim Stoudemire range?
Well, that I don't know. That's the locker room, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, tomorrow, Pac-10 Hoops coming back to FSN. Dan, you and I will be down in Tempe. It'll be the Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Coverage beginning tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 out here on the left coast, and it's only on FSN.
I don't think he has.
No, probably not. But a nice shooter with a quick release. And boy, that's a zone breaker, isn't it? There's his numbers tonight.
post up now and then trying to post up inside with Morrison.
Pendergraft a little bit short that time. Morrison battling for the ball. Pumped in. 35 for Adam Morrison.
He's got 35 with about 9 minutes to go.
Appleby again. He's got another one. And the Huskies lead it by 2. Look at the three-point shooting. Zag's just been unable to find. Of course, Rabio probably their best three-point misses. Gerganis will give him a second chance. Gives it up nicely to Pendergraft, cutting to the basket. Well, Gerganis has really been a factor.
He sure has. He's just played sensational. Now under control. And if you're a guy like that, well, nice pass inside. Just couldn't get it up and in.
And again, Gerganis did just enough to scoop that shot, and then reaches in to tie up. Williams, what a great job by the freshman Gerganis. Brockman going to come back, and Lorenzo Romar can wait no more. He will get Brandon Roy back into the lineup as well, with 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining, and Roy with 4 fouls. Appleby leaves to the standing O of the fans.
Okay, here's your trigger guy in the out of bounds. He may come this way, so be alert for Brandon Roy. Watch number 3. That's who they want to try to find on the out of bounds. The out of bounds man-to-man. See if Roy uses the screen. Isolate him.
Well, they did what you said. Smith, tough shot, counted for 3.
I'm telling you, he can shoot it. Joel Smith is a beautiful long-range shooter.
Huskies by 3. And the crowd involved again. Everybody on their feet. Morrison, and a nice pass that time by Gerganis. 37, and he can thank Gerganis for that one. A great look. We'll take a timeout. 7:41 remaining. Washington 82. Gonzaga 81. Place is on fire. We're coming back to the Bank of America Arena here in Seattle. Don't go away. This game still to be decided.
A tremendous play. You talked about it earlier. You play without the ball and good things happen. And you cannot overplay this guy because he's got that great feel and terrific, beautiful pass. He only got 37 on the night with 7.5 to go.
And a turnover. Pargo trying to control it. Got to call a timeout. Did he get it called? Yes. Well, it's a held ball and a Gonzaga arrow. He did not call the timeout. But he did a good job not to roll over.
That's right. Excellent point. He did a good job not to roll over, because if he does roll over, it's traveling. Before the year's out, that Morrison may get a box and 1 from them too, or you know, he's that kind of a player. Where now you're playing against a guy and you're thinking, well, you know, maybe we just better face guard him all over the floor and go 4-man zone. But when Gonzaga gets all its guys on they get everybody back healthy. It's going to be tough to play that way too.
And not only that, he's not a catch and shoot guy. He's a creator. So even if you play him head up, he's still going to take you.
Convince me. All right, bring it right back to him.
Just a pull up, just that easy. I mean, he has taken the game over.
Yeah. Well, Barry, he has taken the game over right from after about the first 5 minutes.
Nice little scoop that time for Detman. And the lead goes back to Washington. Gerganis looks interesting up. Now Morrison again. That one he couldn't get. And Joel Smith clears for the Huskies. Get it in the hands of Detman. Ahead it goes to Williams. Detman thought about it. Now he steps in with a floater. Boy, there's some freshmen stepping up big in this game.
Yeah, you got to be thinking now. Remember, Brandon Roy has 4 fouls, and he is really he's the key guy for the Huskies. I mean, who is near Brandon Roy? Who's ever near him? It's Pendergraft. He's got to be thinking, anybody down low, take the ball right at Roy. Foul on him if you get the opportunity, because he's not playing very aggressively. Here he is right here on defense. He's right down here. And there's Pendergraft. Look at him. He's got pretty good position.
Three-pointer for Morrison. No. Gerganis. too hard off the window. Mallon fights for the rebound. So does Roy. It's going to be Gonzaga ball. Boy, what an emotional early season game here.
You think this was a game to go to the it's that kind of environment.
Morrison has made 6 in a row, or the last 6 points Gonzaga scored, but he's taken a couple of long shots the last couple of trips down.
Well, he's brilliant without the ball. He just is a guy that can move. And you forget he's about 6'8.5", and he can just, he's a good jumper, and he's got that long extension.
Downey in the ball game now.
See if they find Pendergraft 25 right inside. Guy guarding him does have 4 fouls.
Trying to use some clock here, it seems.
So even though it's a zone, Barry, you can still go at Roy.
And here's Morrison. He had to force that shot up, and he gets it. How do you like that?
How many times have you said he's got to force it up?
Yeah.
And he's made it. How do you like Adam Morrison?
Here's Roy, guarded by Morrison, tries to take him to the 10 and does. That's too good for another. Huskies lead it by 3.
Get a good look at that 2-3 zone.
Inside of 5 minutes remaining in this game. Morrison again now with Jones on him.
Yeah, Jones should not, just don't leave him.
Drop it down to Batista back in the ball game, and Batista turnaround easy.
You got to remember, Barry, he's been in foul trouble the whole second half. So Gonzaga's been missing that back to the basket score, and you got to play defense with your feet, not your hands.
The second foul on Pargo. Remember, Rivio has not played since middle part of the first half when he went down hard on his back.
Got to say, though, they've got Pargo, Cespedes, Gorganas, Pendergraft. I mean, they've all stepped up. Yeah. All these guys have played brilliantly tonight. I mean, they've come in and just given this team a try.
Cespedes will come back into the lineup. Downey will leave. Meantime, this guy at the free throw line has very quietly run this team. He's got 14 points. That's his career high, and this his first year at Washington.
And he's taking care of the ball. And he's given this team good leadership. I mean, he looks like a fixture in the backcourt for the Huskies.
3-point lead for the Huskies.
Good job there by Bobby Jones to keep him out of Morrison's hands. Look at the fight in here with Morrison and Jones.
It is very physical. Cespedes misses. Rebound Batista. And the putback. Boy, he's tough. Back to a 1-point game. 4 minutes remaining. Roy straightens up. And a rebound to Pargo. Pargo getting ahead to Batista, but a great job getting back.
Barry, there's still 4 minutes to go. I mean, this has been a great one.
Unbelievable ball game. 3:46 left. It's a 1-point Washington lead. Look at a little of the history here at the University of Washington. Last year, conference champions. Adam Morrison has just done everything.
Well, and you know, you can say, well, he's had a pretty good second half. Well, let me tell you something. He had a great first half. And now Morrison has got 41 points as of this this moment, and you see what he can do. Just got the beautiful hands and done with any effectiveness in this one. They shoot the three-point goal. He's only made one. In fact, Gonzaga's 1 of 13, Barry, from three-point range, and you know they're down by 1.
Yeah, and they're normally a very effective three-point shooting team, but Rivio's being on the bench is a big part of that. So the Huskies with the ball and a lead by 1. 3:40 remaining.
Don't forget all the guys inside. You look at Batista. He's in foul trouble. And I'm sure the Huskies and Lorenzo Roma are going to take a look at Bobby Jones or someone around the goal to give the ball to.
Brandon Roy got a little out of control, and they're going to call a push on Downey. And he got away with that one.
Double bonus, and here you see Brandon Roy. Downey with the foul. He did get pushed.
Brandon Roy is a guy who actually declared for the NBA coming out of Garfield High School here in Seattle, and changed his mind. Now he is a senior. He is on course to graduate. He's, I believe, capable of playing at the next level. And on top of that, he's going to have a college degree to go with.
Sure is. You got to remember the Huskies, almost had Martell Webster here. And of course, Martell declared for the NBA draft, was one of the top players. And now the rule is you got to be 19 to go. So a year later, you've got to go to college. You've got to come and either be, before you enter the NBA, you can't go right out of high school unless you are 19.
Well, Jones just tailing Morrison everywhere he goes. That's the first time Morrison's had a touch in about 2 possessions. Cespedes leaves it for Batista, lost a handle out of bounds to Washington.
Still plenty of time. Just got to be a little bit more proactive now if you're the Zags. Get up on him, get your hands, look for maybe a quick double. If you're Washington, I'm sure they're going to look at Brockman inside, see if they can find him.
Yeah, Jones posting Batista up. Appleby the floater and a foul. They'll get Pendergraft. No, going to call it the other way.
I think, quite frankly, one official may have had it one way and the other way, but the outside official made the call and called it a charge.
Take a look at it, see what you think. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, I thought he was there. See, and that's a time that Appleby, you got to think. Time, situation. Let's give it to one of our big guys. We got him in foul jeopardy. Let's put the ball inside, attack inside to out.
So a 3-point ball game. The Huskies leading the Bulldogs. 2:35 remaining, as you said, a world of time. Let's take a look while we have a moment at our Pac-10 Player of the Week. And he is Devon Harden of California, one of the more improved players I think you'll find in the Pac-10 Conference this year. 3 double-doubles, 64.5% field goal, averaged 19 a game and 11 rebounds, also had a couple of blocks. He's changed his body completely, and I think he's going to be a real contributor for what I think is going to be a very good team in Berkeley.
It will be a very good team, and Leon Poe is back for California, and he's been sensational in the early going. And Leon Poe took him under his wing and has helped, has improved immensely. And with Benson and Poe and Harden, they've got an outstanding front line.
Here's the foul situation. Diallo is out. Mallon with 4. Batista with 4. Cespedes with 4.
4 on the floor, Barry.
And Brandon Roy with 4.
And Brandon Roy. Big possession here now. And I think Morrison's got to be your guy if you can find him.
Cespedes, he was hit. And he might have been hit by Roy. No.
He may have been. It may be Roy.
It could be, yeah. Yeah, I think it is. That's going to be his 5th. Brandon Roy, tough game tonight.
Well, and Barry, he is the glue of this team. He does so many different things. There's the reach over the top. If it looks like a foul, they're going to call it. And the official right on the spot. Because he does so many different things. I mean, he can bring it up, he can rebound, he can shoot the three. Brandon's a guy they definitely need on the floor.
So Cespedes will go to the free throw line, like everybody else, a good free throw shooter. It's redundant on this team.
The other thing, this is where you really miss Rivio, because he hasn't missed a free throw all year. He's 20 out of 20. So, you get down to crunch time in the game, you want to get your top flight free throw shoot. He and Batista are guys that just don't miss free throws. Good job, though, by Cespedes to get up on the line and pressure and just, he's pure. I mean,
so a 1-point ball game. Huskies with the lead and the ball. Appleby with a good look. Couldn't get that one to follow, misses. Pendergraft clears. Nice job by Jones to get a finger on it. Almost knock it back in. Now Morrison. And it just dribbled it off his leg. One of the few mistakes that he's made. Knocked off his leg, but I think a good call by Mike Reed.
No, I think a very good call, and you're right. I just think Adam is thinking that I've got to do it. He's done it so many times that he just feels right now he's got an opportunity. You know, everybody's in foul trouble, and he just bounced the ball. Now, did that bounce off his leg, or did it bounce off the defender's leg?
I think it bounced off Bobby Jones' leg. I think the Huskies caught a break there. Well, next week, ACC Sunday Night Hoops coming back with an early season game between two national contenders. It'll be the 8th-ranked Boston College Eagles against coverage beginning with our college basketball tip-off show, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on FSN. And here with 1:58 remaining, it's a one-point ball game. Washington 92, Gonzaga 91. Washington led the entire first half. Biggest lead was 11 at 63-52. That was early in the second half. And then after a technical foul, Romar, the Zags got back in and poked their nose in front for a little bit. Their biggest lead was only 3. And now it stands at a one-point ball game with just under 2 minutes remaining.
And if Gonzaga comes back and wins this game, obviously you got Morrison who's in the 40s, and you got to look to him to keep this team in the game. But their bench has really played a significant role concerning they lose Ravio, he sits down, and they've had guys come off the bench. Pendergraft has been terrific and has given this team a big lift. So, you know, a lot of experience. He's come in, and of course Adam Morrison, a guy that has really had a super game with 41 points.
So Jones to inbound. Now Denton, who's really quarterbacked this team well. Jones, top of the circle, all the way with the finger roll, no. Loose ball, finally controlled by Pargo. Appleby, and scores.
Wow. You would think that they'd look for Morrison, but Cespedes, a proactive move to the middle at the scoring traffic. How do you like it?
And a one-point Gonzaga lead. Now it's Williams working on Pendergraft with the follow-away. 1-point Washington lead. Pargo to Morrison, errant pass. Tried to do a little too much with that. Here come the Huskies.
Morrison trailing the play. They may have a chance to go.
Denton counted and one. Oh, what a way to play in front of mom for the first time, huh?
Denton can't do it any better. I think they recognized that Morrison was behind him. Here you get Jamal Williams with a beautiful little turnaround and a score, but watch Denton put it on the ground and makes a beautiful move all the way to the goal, and nice body control under duress to make the shot.
Denton to make this a 2-possession game with 1:09 remaining. 16 in this game, double his season's average. True freshman out of Carbondale, Illinois, playing in front of his mom, Stephanie. Took her first plane ride from Illinois to come here to Seattle, in the crowd here, and she's got to be loving it. She was loving it at shoot-around today.
Well, clearly, Denton has big shoes to fill, because they lose Nate the Great Robinson right in, doing a nice job at the point.
4-point ball game. The timeout is called, and not a minute too soon. So now it comes down to these two coaches, and we talked about what good coaches both these guys are. Mark Few will talk it over with the Bulldogs, and of course Lorenzo Romar will talk it over with the Huskies. The Huskies lead it by 4, and they got a lot of help. You talk about big shoes. Conroy, of course, Trey Simmons is gone. Robin, these guys. Ryan Appleby comes on. He plays big beyond the arc. And then Denton, the freshman, calmly goes for 17. Maybe even more important than that, he has 6 assists and only 1 turnover.
Well, and I think that's a key stat right there. 6 assists, 1 turnover. Appleby comes in and looks for his opportunity shots. I think both of these teams got great play out of their bench and have learned a lot about their club. So it's one of those early season games, and you know, in this one, you're almost sorry to see a loser. I mean, both teams have played terrific.
You can see the Zags have only 1 timeout remaining. The Huskies have 2. Possession arrow is Washington's. That could be a factor.
Okay, Barry, here's the deal. Morrison's been stuck on 41, if you could get stuck on 41, for about the last 2.5 minutes. He's got to be the guy that handles the ball. You've got to find a way to give it the ball. What a back door. What a play and a pass by Pargo. That was tremendous. I love that.
And he'll go to the line and try to make it a 3-point play and thus a 1-point game.
And Bobby Jones, I mean, they're trying to overplay him. Look, they're overplaying him. And what does he do? He goes straight to the goal, and Pargo delivers. Look at this bounce pass. Sensational bounce pass by Pargo with the vision, and Morrison goes ahead and completes it. Now an opportunity for 3.
He's already tied his career high. That in the overtime win in Maui against Michigan State. This would be his career high. And it remains a 2-point ball game under a minute.
I remember that Michigan State game was a triple overtime.
That's right. Appleby going to back it out. They'll try to use a little of this clock now. Detman brings Pargo out with him. 2 talented freshmen playing head up on one another. And now a timeout called by Lorenzo Romar. Well, Morrison in that game against Michigan State was, I mean, he was sensational. It was just that simple. That was the game that Heidfeld went down in after contributing in the 10 minutes or so that he played. Morrison at that point just said, I'm taking the game over, and he did.
Well, he sure did take the game over. And you see him in Maui at the Lahaina Civic Center making all kinds of shots. I mean, dribble, driving, scoring inside, making threes. And this is at the end of regulation, a big 3 on the outside, might have been to knock it down. And then the Zag, you know, they had a couple of chances to win it during the 1st and 2nd overtime, and finally got the job done in the 3rd overtime.
And they actually played a very close game with Connecticut the next night. And boy, that's right. Tough coming off an emotional game like this one.
Now remember too, there's another little mini storyline here that the longest home court winning streak in the country belongs to Washington. They've won 28 in a row at home. The second is Gonzaga. And obviously, that home court winning streak's in jeopardy tonight.
10 on the shot clock now.
You got to go to Williams. You got to go to somebody inside. Oh, that's a tough one on the outside.
And he missed the shot. Pendergraph clears. Plenty of time. 24 seconds.
I think you take a TO here.
And they do. Yeah, Mark Few actually pulling on Dave Libby's shirt saying, timeout, timeout.
He's doing that because the coach can call the timeout. Right. You know, that's been a change. So you just want to make sure you don't call a timeout while Morrison's shooting a jumper. You don't want to do that. Freeze. So I think now this is a great pressure situation, really, for both teams. Gonzaga not the foul. Rather Washington not the foul, and the Zags to get it to Morrison. They've been here before. See if they can execute.
They get it into the hands of the freshman Pargo. Here's Morrison, comes off a screen. He's got the ball. He drives baseline. He pulls up for 3. He missed it, but the follow by Mallon is no good. He missed it. It's rebounded by Jones, and 5 seconds remaining. Gonna reach it.
There is still plenty of time. And I'll tell you this, I thought the Zags got 2 pretty good shots. This is the one that was disappointing, didn't go in. Mallon was hit a little bit as he went up, no call, and takes it straight to the tin and doesn't get it, and then the foul call. But Morrison got a good.
So Jones needs both to put this out of range. First, simply knocked the bottom of the net out.
Now you look at Bobby Jones. You know, he's an 80% free throw shooter. Is Brandon Roy looking on? The Huskies trying to go 7-0. You see the numbers on Bobby Jones. Senior, has been there before. Now the only way you can lose this if you're the Huskies is the foul. You certainly don't want to foul.
Well, Batista throws one up from the length of the court. This one's in the books. And the winning streak continues here at Bank of America now, 29 straight. It ends a 7-game losing streak to Gonzaga. And now the officials are saying, wait a minute, not so fast. There is still 0.6 of a second remaining. It's a moot point. Will have the ball. All they have to do is inbound it. But what a game.
Yeah, it's been an outstanding college basketball game. And Gonzaga has nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They fought adversity with injuries. Ravio goes out. There's Mark Few. Outstanding coaches and just a terrific college basketball game. Congratulations to the Huskies, 7-0. 29 in a row now at home. Longest home court winning streak in the country. And Barry, this game should have been played. This is like an Elite Eight game. It's not an early season game.
It absolutely is, and it's had that tenor for the entire, right from the opening tip-off. I think the game was like that. You really never had any idea who was going to come out on top. Washington led most of the way. Gonzaga came back. They got in front. And the impressive thing to me is both coaches used just about every player they had available, including a lot of freshmen. While Washington wins it 99-95, they're still perfect on the year. Here at Bank of America Arena. For my partner, the coach Dan Belwamity, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long, everybody.